Welcome back, guys, to the channel. So if you're new here, please subscribe, like, and comment below. So in the first video, the part one of this camera CCTV, this security camera, I showed you how you're going to be able to model this. It was a faceless video with music and time lapse. But I called it part one because modeling, I showed you many videos on how you can model your own object in Blender, so that's what made the time lapse. But I'm gonna start talking also by making videos a lot of times. But now today I'm gonna show you how you're gonna be able to shade this image, I mean this object in Blender, this security camera that you see here. So as you can see, we have something which is like so. By the way, to even have an animation, so stick around. I'm gonna show in the other tutorials, the part three, where I'm gonna be showing you how you're gonna be able to shade this object, and also in the last one, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna be able to make cool looking animations in Blender. So stick around. All right, now let's go back to the video. By the way, if you don't understand anything, you can just comment below and I can know what I can improve or what I can show you if you want to know on more good tricks and tips that will help you not to achieve your results. So now let's go back to work and show you some crazy tricks that are going to help you. So for now, we are going to go and first of all gonna rotate. Let me go to my camera view. Okay, but there's something I want to show you that is going to help you a lot. Let me bring my screen keys so that you know what I am pressing. I'm going to press N, and I'm going to put this on, maybe increase the font size so that if I press D, you know what I'm pressing. Alright, so now we are back in the camera view. You can see it's number pad. You can read it here on the side anyway. It doesn't matter. So right, so what I'm going to do now is come and show you something. I'm going to select the top to show you what I did. So first of all, on the top is what I did. I was having an image texture which have some grinds or something. You can use the noise shader if you want to make something realistic, but today I used just a simple image texture. And first of all, what I did is that I made the color white first of all on the top, and I used this principal BSDF, which helped me a lot. Then I added this image, which is a JPEG, yeah. And then I took this image. Let me show you, by the way. Yeah, let me show you where I got this. Let me go to the desktop and show you where the one I used. So I used this image that you can see here. I used this one, and let me drag it here so that why did I do that? That's crazy. Sorry for that. That is something which is not supposed to happen. But then, wait, this is a brick? No, it's not a brick. It's not supposed. This is another one. This is for the world, actually. Yeah, that's something that I was making also about this stuff of war. So let's see. Yeah, this is the one which I was using anyway. So as you can see, it actually lighted up my stuff. Let me show you my material preview because I show you the render preview already on. Let me zoom in and show you the scratches and everything. But the tiny details comes because as you can see there are some details which were added to it. You can see these are scratches because you know any plastic or any material has to have some imperfections on it so that you make it look good. And there's another thing that you have to know because the more you add in, the more details and the imperfections, the more your render will increase, and then you'll be having a nice good render. So that was the usage for this image texture that I used here. I just downloaded online. I downloaded the random image there are a lot of scratches. Then instead of using the what can I call it, the noise texture. Some of you guys use Voronio texture and others use noise texture, but me, I just say that let me use what we call the image texture, my own image texture, so that I can have good control in adding the real scratches rather than fake ones. Then I just use this one, the scratches, and it just came out here. Let me select this and go back to the shaders. So I just added this, then I added the image, and I think it's something I should have done also. I should have made it non-color data so that you can have no data here, because now you can see it is having good also the good details. Let me see if I render this. Yeah, because there's something that happened to my renders also that I didn't even understand, but I'm still also improving some work, so it's just step by step ways of making good stuff. And yeah, not bad actually. 'Cause still it's the same. And I don't know which part is this. Show the overlays. Yeah, you can see there are some these things which are called overlays. I mostly don't even know the names of that, but the overlays is just, as you can see, look, let me check this one. You can see all of this, the grids, the lights, and everything. But once you poke up the overlays, I just use this once I want to see how my render is going to be looking when it's done. So that's how I was able to achieve this type of shader, which is simple. So another thing that I did, which is simply, is just I also include a little bit of the specularity. Yeah, like I included a tiny bit so that it was looking good. And also on the roughness, you can see there is nothing that changed. The other thing, the metallic, there is nothing that changed. So let's go to this black plastic for the camera front. The way I did it was like I I think I should decrease my font because it's way getting on this line and every when I press number pad. Yeah, like that. That one can work. So I think you can see what I'm pressing now. Yeah, so this is what I did. I used a noise texture with a 4D. You can see here. Most of you guys when you're having this gonna be having a 3D. So me, I just changed it to 4D and scale the scale a little bit. Scale the scale. I mean, right, scale the scale. That's not crazy, right? I increased the scale. Sorry for that, right? I increased the scale. And then instead of using a UV on the texture coordinates, I used the UV code. Instead of using UV, I used the object and putting it to the vector. Then it came here to the noise texture. You can just press Shift A, search for noise. After searching for noise, you can just see what's going on. And then I plug into the roughness, and then after the roughness, I was able to actually achieve this. And then I made it black, right? Yeah, that was black. All right. So now once I was able to achieve that, that was a simple setup for the shaders, but there are no textures. That I only used one texture in this, but it wasn't even a text, it was an image texture. So I think there are no textures here, right? I don't know, but comment below. There's something like that I don't really know a lot about this kind of stuff. What's the difference between the textures and shaders? Because sometimes they confuse me, but I think textures are for images and shaders like this nodes. I don't know. Me, I just say I always think that textures are just the images. That's how I treat. That's how I take a lot of things in Blender. But yeah, you can comment below if you have something else that you know that I don't know. So because here we are just like comrades. We're just I'm just showing you what I know, and you can use it so that you can be able to improve also your skills that you have, or maybe you want to learn something new. I don't know why you're watching this, but that's the things, and you can give me a feedback in the comment on what I could improve, and then yeah, that's how we all learn. right? That's how we all learn. I used to watch the donut tutorials. You know that guy Andrew Kramer. I used to watch that guy the donut. That was my first video in like in 2000, like let me see, no, 2012. 2012, no, it was like 2000, 2015. That's when I watched my first video of Blender, yeah, about the donut guy, Andrew Kramer. But that guy was amazing, guys. Like, you can see how he started. And I like when he used to say that, like, good day from Andrew, Brenda tutorial. Man. I just like that speech. That's what I liked about him. And let's take that aside. So that's what I did actually. Like, I I was like, I don't know how I could say this, but I like the way he spoke about it, all of the tutorials, and the way he just made it. And then, and another thing that really shocked me was how in the hell did he think about making a donut tutorial and then it got viral and famous? And now he's actually like, you can comment below on what you think, because you can also go and visit that guy also on his channel, because the way he did it was really crazy. Like, just imagine you saying you making a donut and then you always upgrade every day, like 2026 donut new upgrade, 2025 new donut tutorial that is upgrade. And you ask yourself, why in the hell is he doing that? Like, he's just mulling and he's just texturing, and then all of a sudden he's just gone like, man, let's forget it, right? Let's come back here. So another thing that I did, like, you can also take time and also read the numbers that I use. Like for the X scale, I just have like 20.80 scale for this, because I increased it so that it cannot be seen, because I didn't want to have the noise all around, and I don't like that. So I just press Shift P. No, I wanted to press it right here. All right, so now we have something else. Here is the roughness, right? Then when you're doing this on the noise texture, just remember that you have to connect the noise to the roughness. And once you have connected that, for instance, in 4D, make sure that your roughness also is 0.70, 0.720, right? 72, I guess, or 720. I don't know how you're gonna call it, but this is the number that you're going to use. The scale is minus 72.9, right? And then the width is probably going to be 0, the detail is going to be 2, and also you can come here back and see if the scales are also the same on the plastic that I used on the top of the security camera. You can come and check, like, there's still 111. I don't know how you're gonna use this, but also there's another thing that you can use if you don't want to go back and draw, because for me I was using that. But when you're actually making good renders, it's better to just like use objects to the vectors, that if you don't have any UVs, if you don't have worked with the UV editor and you're just seeing your stuff looking weird, and you're seeing that maybe sometimes that the bird is kind of crazy, and you just say, I don't want to do this. If you're making something for the client, who gives a fuck? Nobody will ever care for you to topology unless you're doing a game asset, unless you're doing a game asset object, and this is just for blending. And later on, guys, I'm gonna be showing you how you're gonna be making game assets so that you can be able to actually go and make some money in games. That many people actually make money in Roblox. Somehow you can go and make a good character in Roblox. I remember my first time making a sword for Roblox, and they pay me a decent. They pay me like $50 for the first, my first. And I was say, wow, that is progress. And I said, okay, I was able to actually do that, and if that was possible. And they also told me to model a car, and I did it, and they scammed me. So I don't. Yeah, man. Things about 3D, the reality is that you have to actually be patient. That's all. And now in the age of AI, everything is really, really going crazy, and you have to stick around. All right. So now let's see. We have another thing, which is you can see that we have something which is called, let me see the lens. This is still the same image. This is for the black one, except for like when you light something like this, it actually makes it changes, right? So what I did for the, you can see there is this kind of ring which is around. Let me bring back my overlays and be able to show you what I am selecting, so you can see. It was just a simple no. I just used the principal BSDF actually, and I increased the metallic to, you can see the numbers. Yeah, just to increase this so that you can see the HSV. I don't even know what that stands for, but we don't know about that. Let's just focus on what we're gonna be doing. All right, so there is this value. You're gonna have to use the values, and it's gonna be 0.207, I guess. And then the alpha channel is gonna be, the alpha is gonna be like 1. And the other, the huge circulation is gonna be 0, and the saturation, or the hue and saturation is gonna be on 0. And that's gonna bring you to this color, which looks metallic. Look, and then the roughness was just 0.157. That's what I used. And then the metallic is 0.247. That's all. So there's another thing that I have to show before I go. Another thing is I added this blue. Like, yeah, I want to show you something that you have to know first. Like, for example, this is a grass, right? This is a grass, and it must be transparent. But for the grass, you have to reduce the roughness all the way to 0 and transmission all the way to 1, right? As you can see, I also the same process, it's the same principle BSDF, nothing changed. All you have to do is increase the transmission to 1, and then the rest is gonna be the same. And you just reduce the roughness all the way to 0. And there's another trick that I want to show you. Maybe you want to make this grass look transparent, but in this case, it doesn't matter. But who gives a fuck? Let's go, right. I'm sure that you have to know. Alright, so there it is. You come here to this the shader property panel, and then you come here to the, you see the brain mode. You come here or scroll down on the settings, right? So you have selected, for example, I've selected this, the materials, and then you go the way up. You can see all of this. Then you come down, and then here is you going to have to come. Don't watch this if you put this payment. It's not that one. I know you guys I know you guys are seeing about that, but that's not the one I was trying to show you. So you go down on the settings. Once you're in the settings, you're gonna come here and change something, which is the alpha blend. And after change the alpha blend is going to be alpha. A lot of times it's always to alpha. I mean the opaque. Yeah, it's a lot of times on opaque because I don't want to show anything. But it's better if you choose it to alpha blind or alpha hashed. For me, I prefer using alpha hash and shadow mode to none. That's what you do if you want to make your glossary transparent. Maybe you want to have a screen which is, maybe you're making a phone or making something else more than this. You can use this setup so that for rendering. And the engine that I use mostly for this, because let me give you a simple advice, right? When you're gonna make a product visualization, please guys, if you have a pickup truck PC, go and use cycles. But if yours is like those pieces that always scream out for help, man, it's better to use Eevee and learn Eevee if you wanna go to this part of product visualization. If you wanna make a fast and a good video animation for that, go and first of all, man, use Eevee. Eevee is the best shit ever. Like, the setup is simple. Like, let me just even show you the setup. Even if I was going to make another, I was going to show you that in the part of lighting so that I can show you. I mean, in animation when I'm going to render. But let me also show you here. Like, the only thing that you have to do in Eevee, most of people when they're doing in Eevee, a lot of this is turned off, right? Look at this. This looks insanely bad, right? And people ask themselves, how in the hell are we going to do this? Let me remove my overlays to say this is not the one I asked for. But the only thing that you have to do is that it's even simple. Some people just take it like it's really hard, but you have the only thing you have to come is here to the you come here to the render properties and just come and change the ambient inclusion on and the screen space reflection on, and it just makes your life way easier. And then you add in a broom if you want to have some no, the tiny bit of the noise so that you can see like some borrow noise, and that's how they bloom. And also lights up some if you have like an emitter and you try and you have some lights in it, it's gonna make it look crazy good. Looks like a real light. So a lot of time when you're dealing with something, because for me my niche is just a like thing which are electronic and also robotics and hard surface modeling. That's what I like mostly a lot of time. I don't like doing characters and if I was planning to make a minion, like you know, the cartoonic main character, I was planning to show that I kick in or some other character. But me, I like modeling. You know that I always show you. It's always about the bottle and also like showing you the how can I say this? I like modeling the bottles and also like the products one, right, because that's where the money is actually. And also in game assets, there's money in it, but a lot of niches about 3D, it's all about advertisement. Because who's gonna pay you like for my price? If you wanna make something, if you wanna, nobody's gonna give a fuck if you're gonna actually. Let me be honest with you guys. Yeah, maybe we are making a lighting tutorial about this stuff, but let me tell you this from my experience. If you wanna make money in 3D, go learn product visualization. That's the only niche gonna pay you a lot. Because most of the time, Blender is just a software. Nobody's gonna give a fuck if your camera can rotate easily in Blender. Nobody's gonna give a fuck if your border is gonna go up or it's gonna rotate and have good widgets. But a person who is gonna be advertising something, he really really wants it because he wants to make an ad, right? So all of this niche about Blender is all about the ads. If you don't have enough time to actually spend it in learning modeling, texturing, so that you can be able to go to the game industry. I don't know what you're gonna be thinking about. There are also other stuff with Brenda, like there are really other kind of stuff I don't even know because nowadays even 3D is expanding everywhere. Now it's like it is even starting to go like beyond because they're starting to add 3D models to websites so that you can actually be able to scroll and play with the model. So it means there's also that's another work. You're gonna be getting some money. So a lot of time, guys, you're gonna be dealing with like product visualization. That's why in the key to product visualization, first we have to know about lighting, which is gonna be the best. Monday, nobody gives a fuck about topology because topology is on the other side, right? So it's just like you have to know that. But the only thing that's gonna matter in the end is your product is gonna be seen and be able to make the ad and work for the client. That's the end of that's what the client is gonna think about, nothing else. So just the thing about 3D, you have to know that if you're gonna make something for the client, that what he will need to do is just he will just need you to make an animation for him and make good looking stuff. He doesn't give a fuck. They treat better like After Effects actually, but it doesn't matter. All right, so let's cut off with all of that. So this is a I was showing you about this the way you can render this, and I think for the shaders that was it. I didn't add in a lot of stuff. I forgot to tell you about the walls, but it's also the same. There's nothing changed here. It's just a principal BSDF, right? I just use the principal BSDF. I increase the roughness. And I didn't even increase the roughness. I didn't change anything actually. I thought I did, but no, I didn't. Yeah, like I didn't even do it. But who gives a fuck? And the most stuff I was reading about also, I was thinking like I can change this to black and maybe turn it to be some other colors. But you can see that it can look really good on the other colors also because it looks way better on the other colors. I don't know. I'm still learning also. I'm still learning some stuff. I'm not Brenda Guru. Those guys, man, they take the whole life, Brenda. They just know a lot of shit. The other things like, but all you have to do is just keep learning. Also, we are all the same, trying to improve, and also there's some profit. Then more guys like you who are better than me. The other guys who are beneath us, just getting stuff like I am. But yeah, I'm also trying to grow my channel, so that please guys just give me a like and a subscribe. That's gonna be really helpful, and I'll be able to actually be able to start even making like real tutorials big, because I wanna make this serious and make it big and make good tutorials, because I have a lot of things in mind about this channel. So guys, you gotta give me a like, right? Give me a like and a subscribe, then I'll be on my way. But there's another, before I go, there's something that I wanted to tell you before I go. For any of this, there's something that I want first of all for you to activate, which is the not regular add-on. Yeah, like you didn't even see what I did, right? You come here to edit. First of all, you can see here, you select on edit, preferences, right? Every tutorial you're gonna see about shaders gonna show you the same thing. Not regular is the best add-on ever. Like, it's gonna save you a lot of time. So this is it, non-regular, and you just come, it's already active. So you just have to select it here, get the V, and it's ready to go and save the preferences. And let me tell you what it does, but I know you already know what it does because a lot of guys like doing it. So for example, if you want to add in an image texture, all you have to do is press Ctrl Shift T, right? Ctrl Shift T. After pressing Ctrl Shift T, you come here and search for an image. Which image can you pick? Probably, let me just say, maybe you want to add in like I don't know, you might be having a shader. You know what you want, right? But maybe I could just use this in the principal textures, and it's not gonna come. This is the reason. You have to have a setup where it has to be having like the roughness, the thing. You know those PBR shaders, right? This works for PBR shaders for selecting Control Shift and T. It's for PBR shaders. Let me first of all like go to downloads and see if I have like any textures around here. By the way, guys, I also make animations about AIs, but yeah, I like making cool stuff. That's why give me a comment below, and if I was too noisy, comment below. I wanna know what you think, right? Because it's not about ideas. Let's share, right? So like, yeah, like let's use this one. Select like press A, principal, and it's going to be just putting on. Imagine, look at this setup, right? This is good. You're not gonna be dealing with adding one image, connecting to this, and this. This is gonna stress you up. But once you have this like non-regular, you just come select the principal base, the principal shader. You select it and add. It's like dragging and dropping, and it just comes and boom, and then it's done. You just do it and generate the good results. So now I was thinking. Tell me, should I make like part 3 of this camera, or I could make the whole scene of environment where I'm going to show you cycles how you can actually be able to make an environment and be able to add in grass, make house with those kind of looking rocks and stuff. You can you can tell me, oh, can I make a tutorial on minions? Because I was having three kind of stuff that I was planning to do, and I don't know which one to pick. But I think I want to make the third part of this because I want this to be out of the way so that you can know how you're going to be able to make your first animation in Blender on my channel. Alright, so I did this. Yeah, it saved you a lot of time. There's another thing I was going to show you. Is first of all, maybe delete this. What I did? Space? No, it's not going to supposed to be space. I won't have to do this. Maybe let me just come and maybe delete this one, delete this one, and maybe delete this one, and also maybe delete this one. No, 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 no. Let me press S. I mean X. Right? Delete. Wait, why did Okay, so there's another way. So if you have an image texture and you don't want to go a lot detailed on it, you just press Ctrl T, right? Select this one, but I think what the fuck. All right, you just press Ctrl T, and then we add in this two nodes for you that is gonna help you a lot, which is texture coordinate and mapping. So guys, thank you very much for sticking until the end of the tutorial. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, you should do that because I know a lot of you guys haven't subscribed. Maybe you're just seeing few views on my channel now, but I need you guys, right? So come and do it so that we can help each other and make our Blender grow even faster. So because a lot of creators are coming and you're all just trying to work because you just see that AI is trying to take over, but we can't allow that. We are also artists and we need to make our life and living on this. So let's comment below and say Brenda to the moon like pie. No, not cryptocurrencies. That shit was crap. Yeah, comment below like Brenda to the sun. No, to the moon because you cannot go to the sun because if you go there you will burn. So guys, thank you very much. I will see you later on the next tutorial, right? Yeah, today I was really happy because I was making my coffee and none of you guys have bought me a coffee. Okay, then I will see you later on. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. I'm gonna be closing my screen.